Greetings everyone, my name is Ederville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. In this weekly morning live stream, as usual, I'll be covering a combination of both Veersmith levels and a few other levels I find along the way, primarily focusing on the former, discussing game-related topics along the way, and then afterwards, showcasing art on the Discord server. Welcome to stream Tailmaniac, Sunflora, Jedok, Raccoon, Mike Gaming, Popcorn, as well as anyone else who I missed, as well as the lurkers, can't forget about them. My apologies, but my voice is a little bit off today. It is the exciting start of May, where we're going to have some major updates for the channel. If you follow me on YouTube, well, if you're watching it, you're probably on YouTube, or on my Discord server, you'll know that it is the start of Mega May. And next week, I will begin my mostly numerical playthroughs of the mainline Mega Man Classic games, going from 1 all the way up to 11, including Mega Man and Base. The first playthrough will begin next week, so no Maker next week, I'm afraid. I have been long promising to do this, so this year I decided to get out of the way and do it. After all, there's multiple of these that are going to have to happen. One for Classic, one for X, one for 0 plus ZX, etc, etc. Battle Network is going to be its own thing though. Here's screen. So we got at least 7 levels on the queue as right now, so let us begin with this one. MMMLC A Dark Place by Nuclear Stomp, 51 plays, score 14. By this point, yeah, feel free to submit MMMLC levels. I don't think I'll be covering all of them. Halloween. Dead. Got it. Make up an Andy. If you have any suggestions for the upcoming multiple playthroughs for Mega May, or any potential requests, please let me know. It's not going to be quite in the marathon format I was initially hoping for, because I realized if I did something like that, it'd really hamper my enjoyment of the later playthroughs. So I'm going to chunk it to like 1 or 2 games per day. But crossing fingers, we will be done with everything up to 11 by the end of the month. Okay, that's not a solid object, thank goodness. Ow. Oh. And that's not instant death. That's good. Yeah, use a charge shot to hit the soccer balls from while you're staying on top of it. Would like some healing. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm just gonna use it now. Hey Lepadio, welcome to stream. Yeah, I think that was a good choice. Checkpoints here, but it was a bit risky. I can deal with the boss, it's fine. Although part of the reason was also my fault, but details, details. I also realized there's a life drop suppressor. Although, considering the game's RNG at times, it doesn't always feel that way. What I mean by that is, more times than I'd like, it feels like there's a drop suppressor always active. I see why they gave me the spike protector. Is this some kind of mod? Nope, part of the base game since last Halloween. We got skin variants for all these things. Oh. Ow. Okay, so that's what protected me earlier. It was a spike guard. Alright, take 2 of this. A little bit tricky there. Squish indeed. Something's more. I see. I do have to go there. Yes, there was also one for Christmas. I just pointed out the one for Halloween. Okay. Let go, game. Let go. Thanks. Trying to get them to despawn because I can't deal with them right now. But I can deal with you. I didn't even see you there. Whew. Trickier stage, half because of my incompetence, the other half due to tricky jumps. Thank goodness they gave me the spike guard. Oh yeah, the other 10% because I don't get life drops. I'm mad in this arena, eh? Did I just crush him? Yes, I can. Haha. It's alright, Sunflora. Enjoy the birthday party. The extreme is pretty fun, but I will make a note of it, at least in text, during part 3/episode 3. The game does feel harder than the basic stream. Level design-wise, I feel it's a bit better, but the main thing that makes it harder, I feel, are the changes to the boss fights. Especially if you don't have the armor parts, don't use the weaknesses, or use sub-tanks. Like the new attacks during critical phase, yeah, they can be killer. Especially during like the final bosses. Also, it doesn't help that they nerf the sub-tanks. Instead of restoring all of your energy, it only restores 12. Hey, where's Base Story Tree? I was gonna finish a few levels, then I'll return to Base Story Tree because that's gonna take another half an hour of Base Droid, so I'll do that. Basically, I was gonna do Nuclear Stomp, Tail Maniac, Oscar, then you. As for this one, very solid level. Cool for that. I'm gonna open 2 instances for Maker so I get the map. Second up is The Mighty Airship in the Sky by Tail Maniac. 112 plays and a score 58. Also because I won't be having a Maker stream next week because of the start of Mega May. Where, if you pay attention to my YouTube posts or the Discord, you know what it is. If not, well, basically I'll be playing through the entire numerical entries of the Mega Man Classic franchise, starting from 1 going all the way up to 11, beginning on May 9th. I've been promising this for years, I'm getting it done now. I should have done this earlier, but better late than never. Like, I keep referring back to the classics in many ways. I really should actually give my full thoughts, or at least summarized thoughts on them. Like, they will not be detailed breakdowns on everything those games do, or like their histories, blah blah blah, histories, design, etc, etc. But I will give some details about stuff. Oh gosh. Does it work in WebMecha? Okay, now it's gonna be a lot easier with no gap. You can do it with just one, but yeah. I also realized I could have stopped it like this and get the E-Tank. But hindsight's 2020. I didn't even know Jaden's watching the stream, Sylv. Also, hello. I'll try uploading to WebMecha and see if that works. Hey Buster, welcome to the stream. I got your DMs and responded to the airship. I'm just telling everybody that May 9th will be the start of Mega May for real, starting with Mega Man 1. And probably Mega Man 2 as well, depending on how things go. Like, I can beat Mega Man 1 within an hour, in an hour specifically. Mega Man 2 about the same, so I may be able to do a little bit of Mega Man 3 at the same time. Yeah, this is definitely reminiscent of the airship now, from SMB 3. Didn't work, so yeah, I have to open my own instance. That's fine, I can do that. I'm gonna use the shortcut for saves, to reload where I was. If that doesn't work, I'll just edit the level. The last time I checked, I need like the red-blue keys. If you have any suggestions for the playthroughs beginning with May 9th, starting from May 9th, let me know. I'm gonna be covering 1 through 11, including End Base. I'm not covering End Base 2 yet because time restrictions, but that may be for extra considerations. Also, I already covered World 1 through 5 years ago. I'm not doing that again. Unless you're talking about the colorized hacks, which maybe. Hey, Oscar. Oh my gosh, Darkfin. Did you use weaknesses? Did you use boss weaknesses or not? Yeah, the game is harder than the OG one. The final boss, and especially true final boss, are brutal. I have choice words for the true final boss, and you'll see them when I post a full edited version to play through. I got stuck there for half an hour. All of the first fights are Buster only except for Mandrill. Huh. Thank you, Lepadio. Your level has been added. Automatic scroll would be nice. Ah, Cecil, if you weren't listening. I said only the numerical entries of the mainline Mega Man Classic games. Mighty Number 9, Mighty Gunvolt, they are not part of the Mega Man franchise. I may play Mighty Gunvolt Burst in the future, but that's gonna be a separate thing. You know, compared to other SMB3 levels which port over the castle and airship, this actually put its own spin that makes it fit more with Mega Man Classic. Number 3 up is Mega Desert Bus by Oscar1258, 33 plays and a score of 12. What playlist? Oh, no sliding either. You know what, actually, if there's no sliding, I'm just gonna hold right. Alright, quick Q&A session time. Sorry, not part of the Mega Man franchise. That is part of the Marvel vs. Capcom franchise. Also, technically spin-off. Yeah, time to take a walk. Cool, where's the bus though? Did I have to walk to the left? I think I'm far enough already, I'm just gonna take the normal route. Nah, if it took 8 hours, this level would take about 5 minutes to load. There's a walking simulator. Do I use a modified version? No, I don't. I used to, but it became out of date. That's the one which had the quick respawning. That comes really in handy. I'm just gonna give it one more minute. If that doesn't work, I'm just gonna return to base and see if I can grab on the bus. Desert Walk. Mega Man got left behind. Oh, there's a house. We made it! Welcome to Las Vegas. Or rather, the intermission. Now, let's see how long it takes with the bus. This danger train. Okay. Send all criticisms to Oscar. We're picking up a lot of hitchhikers, except the snowman who melted immediately, and the tires who got left behind. And that Kamon who's trying desperately to get out of the way. That Slinky is a bit odd. Come on, you can make it! You can escape! Didn't. Bye! It's exactly what it says on the tin. I wanted an actual level, so I'm gonna do Fix It Felix because I know Neo Cutman would be watching this. Fix It Felix by Neo Cutman, 119 plays, score 59. I'm sorry, but you know my Toss and Desert boss already have played a few renditions of this. I see. Just get to the top. Ah, okay. So those have to be broken. Is this level a cutscene? I guess it's a playable cutscene. And here Ralph is a bird. Hey Jaden, welcome to the stream. I know you wanted to talk a bit about... I thought you wanted to talk about moon scars and perhaps something else, so... See, this is something I expected more out of Oscar, but I guess with what you have, it works. You can make it a more advanced version though, so there's that. Okay, let's see here, where are you? My levels. And while that loads up, I'll double the makers. Thank goodness the game allows me to do this, run 2 instances of itself. Load level. Don't mind the music's playing on top of each other. The longest level you can make would take... $8.2935 trillion. Oof. Oh, wait a sec. As you may have noticed on the Discord server, Jaden, I'm going to be starting Mega May starting from May 9th. So I'm going to be playing through all the Mega Man Classic games mainline numerically from 1 to 11. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Yeah, that's a cool feature, Toxin. I think it was added with the engine sometime. It's cool. So, is there a quicker way to get back, or do I have to just edit the... Okay, there it is. So you add the pile driver. much ore did I get? I don't remember getting the fire, so... Here. Actually, wait a sec. I've already done this section. That's wonderful. How long is the stage? Let me count the level editor. This was... at least 100... At least 100 screens? I'm just guesstimating. Hey Lunar Chris, welcome to the stream. Don't worry, I'll be back for your level talks in half an hour. Give or take. I appreciate how you organize the checkpoints in order this time. I guess I go left then. At least 300, got it. So I need to find the red and blue keys in order to get to the final part of the level. Oh, wait a moment, there's a problem. Hang on a moment. I just realized something. Because of how the keys are, I didn't regain the keys, so I would have to regain all the keys for the first set of doors, so I need to fix that. Hang on. Yeah, it's a cool glitch, keep that in. That's nice, Jaden. And that's the wonderful thing about a lot of indie titles. Even if they're released like 10 or 15 years ago, it can still be really fun to play. Or very fulfilling. It has been a while, Lunar. Let's see here. So the problem lies behind this. Last time I was able to get the keys here, but well, because I'm restarting, I don't have these anymore, and they're not in there, so I don't have to recollect them. I just want to have to recollect the red and blue keys. So, here's my solution to that problem. Where are the keys part of? Gotcha. Gesundheit. Problem solved for that. Now I can resume the level and not get locked over here. The next objective is to find the keys for this thing. There's a room with all keys and a debug room. Oh yeah, another important thing. I am not going to be using I am mostly not going to be using improvement hacks for the classic games, so it can be closer to their OG versions. So I'm not going to use stuff like Mega Man 3 Improvement. I mean Mega Man 3 Revamped. Said there's one in the debug room. Where is it? I'd prefer not having to collect the special weapons I'm not supposed to have, but... Ah, fine, I'll grab them. I'll just make sure not to use them. Ah, oh, okay. I get you now. Well, I already placed the keys, so I'm not going to do it, and this is not a level that's been uploaded online, so it doesn't matter either. If it was uploaded online, I'd be more tempted to not do this, but it's just as an aside. And from here on out, I'll try my best not to just repeatedly die or reset, so whatever. You have 4 keys of each color. I am just gonna go for the main objective. If this had a built-in map, I may reconsider. Alright, fire. I swear there was a red or blue key here, but I can't recall where exactly. But of course, I have the advantage of having the game open on another screen. It's wonderful, isn't it? Now, if only there was a way I could zoom out the game itself in the level editor so I could see further ahead and what's going on. I see. Okay, there's one directly ahead to the left. I'll know it when I see it. Bye, Mike Gaming. Again, I'll be back to the regular size levels in about half an hour. Man, with double jump, this becomes so much easier. It's almost as if this was the intended way. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Here it is, up there. Drat, I don't have any weapons that can just fire up. Shoot. Well, so much for that. I need the other weapon for that. Okay, any other red keys or blue keys, whatever. I see one. Even for a deeper head. It's not cheating, it's opening up a map. Which, as I keep arguing for Metroidvania, it really should have some sort of map. And I've already been to the area before, so you can't just say that I'm peeking ahead where I shouldn't be. When you have big Metroidvanias, it's almost mandatory you should have some sort of map. In the olden days, I'd just use a paper and pencil. But even in the older times, even in the SNES era, we had automatic map creation. See Super Metroid. It's not really that old. Alright, here it is. And I get killed because I jumped too large. SNES era. That's the NES era. It doesn't help that every time I perish, I lose, I have to wait several seconds. What I'm saying is, even back in the SNES era, games had many Metroidvanias, or even games that aren't necessarily Metroidvanias, had map systems that didn't require you to just get a paper and pencil or pen or whatever. Des realized that. Even then, the maps didn't show everything. Not necessarily. Doesn't help that you have to farm for pickups every so often. I'm just saying that for these sorts of large Metroidvanias, for those watching, it's best to have a built-in map system, especially nowadays. I know in Maker that's not really possible because limitations. Again, I think this would work better if this was remade as something like the Magmal Tree engine, Megamix. Oh man, this stinks. I miss Mega Man Extreme. I miss Mega Man D Extreme's drop rate. That's way more generous and consistent compared to this. Hey Felicia Garcia. What game am I playing? Mega Man Maker. And you can tell from the title of the stream as well as image on the right. What am I farming for? Concrete shot. How else am I supposed to get the red key on the left? I thought it... I hate it when it despawns like that. Like, I would love to have a checkpoint nearby, but I don't know where the checkpoint is. Okay, I see where the checkpoint is, but it's, yeah, it's 2 screens ahead. I'll do it. This wouldn't be so much of a problem as playing as Mega Man, but, as Bass with his half-damage buster and not really having a straightforward buster replacement, yeah, well I do have a straightforward buster replacement. The issue is that costs weapon energy too. I stream on a weekly basis, mainly on the weekends. Unfortunately, the game's RNG can be notoriously stingy, like, why haven't I gotten any drops right now? And other times, really generous. The problem is, it's just pure RNG, it's not even weighted. Combination. I would like a few more people watching, though. That is true. Especially for the indie streams. Again, even back in Metroid 1, there was a bit more biased RNG or the drop rates were higher. I was pressing jump game. Right. Because of the size of the screen, it ate my input. There are 2 problems here. One is I really want to get that checkpoint on the other side, but it's turning out to be rather difficult. And second, there is no weapon respawner and farming is not working. I can't do that, Darkfin. The problem is there's the wall of spikes I have to pile drive on the other side too. That won't work, I'm afraid. Sure, I can pile drive the other side, but then how do I get up there? And this also still has the problem of the checkpoint being that way. Yeah, this time I'll have to pile drive because of the wonkiness there. I wanted to save the energy for that too, but apparently the game doesn't want me to. And before you say that most games have better controls than Maker, no, for the most part Maker's controls are good. They're just weird issues when this game becomes a little bit... levels become too big. Part of it's the limitations due to Maker, other things because the engine is old. Alright, this time we made it. I thought I was gonna get demolished by a random laser. Or block. Checkpoint, please. Thank you. We get these rooms just before most of the boss fights, so I appreciate that. I do have to refight the boss, but that's not really a problem. Especially because of the quick kill. Thank you! So I was supposed to have this weapon, never mind. Not to worry, I regot it. Yeah, I got the weapons out. This was actually the second weapon I got during my playthrough, following the concrete shot. That's because my sequence broke. I'm really thankful they didn't fix it by putting more move hovers or something. Burner Man isn't not exactly broken, that's just a funky effect there. Oops. Didn't even need to use that. Come on. Alright, the hard part. Luckily, there's this here. With double jumping, this isn't really a problem, but when I had to do this originally without the use of the double jump, let's just say that was next to impossible for me. I know it's doable, but it requires more careful usage of abilities that I did not have. Okay, that's 2 red keys out of the way. If you're talking about Broken and Maker, no, he works mostly as intended, but if you're talking about him in terms of design, no damaging him becomes... We'll talk about that. Anyways, I got 2 red keys now, I just need 2 blue keys. Don't worry, Jaden, I am reading your comments. I'll respond to them more directly after I get to the safer section. Yeah, Burner Man is kind of broken in the sense that if you put him in a normal square room and play as Mega Man, depending on the RNG, he can become impossible to no damage. Which is why in the OG boss fight, he's in a larger room. Even then, he's a pain. As base though, he is easy to no damage though. Yeah, I'm aware I need to backtrack, but I got my 2 red keys and I just need... How many red and blue keys do I need exactly for the final part? Oh yeah, the flamethrower. Three. Okay, that takes me to the water room on the east side. So I know there was something on the right end of one of these rooms, but I can't recall which one. Yeah, the strap traps plus flame. Yeah, depending on where you are when he decides to use that move combo, you can... Do the snap traps deal damage, or do they just to hold you in place? I can't exactly recall. Ow. That's backtracking. I want to be forward tracking. Oof, that is nasty. At least in Maker, you can break out of them by mashing the movement. But in that game, yeah, that is not good. I wouldn't mind them so much if they were closer to Maker where you can break out it. Let's see. Smart Chaser moment. Wait, I've never been here before, have I? Well, in Maker, just hold left, right, and you break out faster. Good change, but because... It's a good change because, as you said, Buster, you can end up just getting undodgeable attacks in the OG version. Like, Burner Man, of all the many bosses in the game, that one really feels like you're supposed to be fighting him as base. But regardless, yeah, the way to effectively deal with the flame as Mega Man in a regular room, even if it's larger, is to basically bait him to use the attack on one side of the room, the far side, so you can stay on the other end. Which is to say, it's kind of the band-aid fix, but whatever. Hey, Gammarizer. Oh. Yeah, can you check, by the way? It's been a while since I last played that game for a variety of reasons. Okay. That was surprisingly faster to find than I expected. Good showcase of how it's supposed to be used. I got that I had to fight 2 more bosses, but no. Huh. Like, sections like these are fine, there's no really problem, and checkpoints nearby, and there's full weapon refills for everything. As a matter of fact, if you paid attention, that means you can usually, not this room, the room before, the room a bit earlier. If you pay attention over here, you can find the spike guard. Well, it helps. I think I could have accessed this room far earlier, too. Like, this directly leads into... Oh. Like, I could have gone here during my first playthrough, actually. Because of where the teleporter leads to. Oops. Wait a moment, wait. Where am I then? No, seriously. Ah, okay. Just checking the map, just to make extra sure that I didn't just waltz past an important item. And have to spend another 15 minutes getting back here. This is where the Metroidvanias become pretty fun with exploring and coming back across older paths and paths you thought you went through but you didn't actually. And I do appreciate that this actually forces me to use my special abilities. Oh, it's a secret keys. And sometimes more novel ways, especially with the red and blue keys, which many Metroidvanias I've played in this engine don't actually do. Oh, okay, I've been here before, though. This is where I saw the secret in the first place. Sure, you can list the secret keys now. I'm probably not gonna get all of them, but I'm curious. Okay, there's a blue key down this way, which I actually got the last time. And being able to double jump just makes this so much easier. Wait, where is this? Game, hello? Oops, I ran past it. Give me a moment. Thank you. Because this is a maker, I'm always so afraid that it's gonna be a bottomless pit. Most Metroidvanias don't have bottomless pits, so I don't get worried there. It's not so much bottomless pits I'm worried about, it's instant death. And yes, I could just do a pile driver and switch into concrete shot, but that is, dicey. I'll put it that way. Hello, Metal Wolf ZX, welcome to the stream. Why 2 ladders? I guess if you run out of energy. Welcome to, isn't this the room where we fight Pump Man? Oh, yes, we do. Goodbye. Don't actually need that key, but, whatevers. I love this team. I just wish it went on for a few more measures. Okay, I'm checking the bottom oceanic route, the water room. Scanning, scanning, scanning. How much progress did I make? I got to the second and final phase. I have all the special weapons now. I just need to collect one more red key. Ooh, okay. Bottom oceanic route, go all the way to the left. My only real criticism of Bubble Crab's team, and that applies to all the teams in X2, really, is that they're too short before they start looping again. That could have been a disaster. Keep going, yikes. Thank you for having a refill for the secret room. It's gonna be kind of inconsistent whether it decides that I should have a refill or not. The level, that is. Oh my goodness, water. This is where they link up with each other, I presume. Okay, I got the long flooded hall. I know there's a lava room which I need to fix. Ice, I think we got already. Yeah, we did. So I need to return to the jungle and fire areas. Yeah, Tidal Whale has an unused team which was used in the Legacy Collection. Reused. Luckily with the double jump, it's not too difficult to get back to that area. That area being the fire. Oh my goodness. I know exactly what's behind that one. It's a purple key. Checkpoint. Checkpoint. Yeah. I know that feeling, Jaden. I'm gonna have to do a quick reset because low life. I know that, Jaden. Think JRPGs. Many of them from the eras before suffer from this issue. Some way worse than others. Okay, quick check just to be sure. game. Oh, that's a green key. Where is it? I see. Oh, okay. It's really early on. How early on, though? Not that early. It is, the next room. This one, I think. Yeah, this is super sneaky. I was gonna say this is kind of evil, but it's also genius. Like, most players wouldn't even think to check the corners in a dark room like this, let alone one that requires the use of a special weapon to even reach. Light. Light. Base calling Dr. Light be like. That's green, I don't need that. I do need to find one more red key, so, where could that be? Let's see, what is that room again? Green. Green. Not my color. I see. Keep going up. It's funny how I actually gained the secret keys before the last necessary key for the main route. That is something I didn't expect, TBH. So before I go back to the final part of the stage, I am gonna have to go for the red key hunt. I was trying to lag jump. Oh well. I'll count that as beyond me, though. Okay, travel here, get the... whatever is up there. And go further in to get the special one. Got it. You can break out of Burner Man's snap traps and in base. So that's where Maker took it from. Good. So, correction to my own note, Maker didn't invent that change, they just took it from the OG game. So, good for the OG game to have that. I just wish that the flamethrower wasn't the... Yeah, you can't dodge his fire as Mega Man if you get unlucky. Really, the only way to actually dodge it is to basically bait him to use the attack on one side of the area or on the other. This is still not the most painful Metroidvania level. Oh no siree, I've seen ones that are far more brutal with how they place those things and how much walking distance and back it requires, or more confusing to navigate areas. Alright. This is the last key I need. But I noticed where the secret key is now. It's a little bit deeper ahead. I'm gonna grab it and backtrack out of here. And realize that that spawned in tanks. I thought it was a little bit more. Right, and the other problem with Burner Man is because of the screen real estate size, you can end up initiating the jump attack off screen and slam into you. I think it's still possible to bait him, but it is rather opaque in that game. In this game, however, because of the increased screen real estate and probably some changes, it's more doable. When I talk about inconsistencies of how generous the rooms are with their collectibles or weapon respawners, I'm talking about things like these. Or some of the earlier rooms that required the use of the pile driver to get across. I see it. Like some of the earlier times, like in some of the earlier rooms before the green purple keys where I had to use the pile driver or concrete shot to get across, there were no weapon respawners. Meanwhile, in the later challenges, which are for the secret keys, they have it sometimes. Kinda strange. Let me see. No, it's down. Down left, got it. Nice helmet, fish. There we go. Don't even need a flamethrower for this. Alright, that's all the keys I need. Now I just need to get back down alive. I need to return to the central elevator, get to the secret room, get to the secret teleporter, collect that, get back to the elevator again, and go to the main area. Yeah, once you start getting most of the weapons, especially once you get more of the weapons like the pile driver, concrete shot, and especially the dash, double jump, the experience becomes far smoother. Way smoother, as a matter of fact. And I will say, compared to Base Droid 2, this is far less confusing to navigate. And it's easier to conceptualize in your brain what the major areas are. Like when you have 4 or 5... When you have the central area and 4 major areas just to process in your brain, it becomes easier to remark on, oh wait, there are some things in this area I need to get, and etc, etc. Hang on, Jaden. I know, I said that already. Let me just get to the central elevator, then I will respond. I appreciate when people here talk about their favorite games or games they recently played and enjoyed, and so I do want to validate that. Get me back. Hurry. I don't want to participate in the whale migration again. I tripped over a helmet. Let me back, let me back. Here. The elevator's missing. The gas can flamethrower is, but the gas can thrower is also dodgeable Mega Man. Because he doesn't fire when he jumps during the gas can throw flame, you can make a step forward and side and he won't turn around. During the snap trap flame, all you can do is step over the spikes and hope he won't reach you. Maybe not all your mistakes, but it certainly feels more enjoyable to play than 2. Why does it look like Base Droid? Because this is Base Droid number 3. By collecting the 4 secret keys, one of which is located in each of the 4 main areas, I unlock this extra teleporter. Before that though, responding to Jaden. Okay, Moon Scars. They thought it was much harder when they first played it. Controls, combat with scars feels snappy and responsive, even if the platforming feels heavy. Every combat upgrade and trinket is strong and they all have their niches. The platforming isn't necessarily as fun. Heavier than what the animations seem, and the dash distance is shorter than looks. I did notice that when playing the demo that the platforming felt heavy-ish, like she was always weighed down. Luckily it didn't matter too much as it was a heavier focus on combat, but yeah. There are a couple of tools that feel more powerful than the rest, but that's what happens to most games of its genres. Level design, at the very least. Game is a lot shorter than most newer Metroidvanias, so the gimmicks don't feel too tedious. That's good. I feel a little too many games try oversetting their welcome. This goes from the indie all the way up to AAA. Platform segments are serviceable, a few spots really focus you to pay attention to your surroundings. The real meat and potatoes of the game are the enemy design. Not that many enemies in the game, but the few they have push you to limit in various ways. 2 of them are particularly tricky. If you decide to bum rush ahead, you will die a lot. As for the bosses, first 3 bosses being harder, I think that's you did mention this earlier, I think it's because you became better at these sorts of games. That's why they feel easier. One of the bosses felt a bit underwhelming relative to where you fight them, and I think the game did become a little bit easier / more balanced, but I think the main thing is that you've gotten better at these sorts of games. Like, take for example my skill level of playing Mega Man Classic when I first started playing Maker versus playing it today. I know sometimes I feel like I showed amateurish levels of skills, but I've learned to consistently, for example, extend my jumps using the side, get into 1 tile wide gaps. The intricacies of many of these special weapons, chain them together using quick weapon swapping. Presentation is pretty, audio direction is good, crunchy sound effects, nice weight, good music. Other main selling point of the game, other than the combat design, is the script. or the story/lore. That is pretty cool. Yeah, if you don't enjoy a game, don't brute force yourself to finish it. I will say this: some games are better played amongst multiple sessions. Like, don't try to marathon a game. Play it in even chunks, I'd say. I am happy that he finished it. Yeah, sometimes if you're not in the right mindset, it's better to drop a game, even if temporarily, so you don't just sour the experience later. I've done that before. I mean, that is philosophical, Jaden, but yeah, all of us are kind of, we all have our own intricacies, pluses and minuses, etc., etc. I will say one thing: I wish I played Noctis when I was more skilled. I should not have played Noctis back then when I did, on Noctis difficulty. If I had played it when I was actually at the adequate skill level the game expected me to be at, roughly speaking, I would have complained half as much and the playthrough would have been at least 8 or 10 hours shorter, probably. It is designed for a very particular audience of skilled Metroidvania players who also enjoy precision platformers. I'm not really, and I wasn't at that particular skill back then, so if it wasn't for how doggedly persistent I was back then, I would have either quit the game, gone on extended hiatus, or just switched to Eterna mode. Anyways, thank you for listening to my 5-minute sidetrack. Let's do the secret area. I am really looking forward to Solitaria though, that is for sure. Oops. Am I missing something here? Like, I think I should have the Thunderclaw or whatever. Go, 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 go! Oh, okay. Whoops. Reset room, reset room. Not lucky. I'm trying to conserve weapon energy, although probably not necessary, and of course, luckily I don't really need that. And it, sure. And every room has these full respawners, so no biggie. This is supposed to be like the brutal bonus level, so to speak, but doesn't feel that brutal. I thought I was supposed to dive down there. It doesn't help that moon scars can be rather punishing, and with its non-standard platforming, or heavier platforming, I guess. Nine Souls I'll eventually play, but like when I turn on Noctis, I'm not going to do it right now because its parry-focused combat is paramount, and if you don't get good at it, you will be punished repeatedly. So I'm going to hold off on that point. I mean, excuse me, game. What? I thought I had a double jump remaining. What happened? Darkfin, when you put the light stair right next to a pit, it either indicates that you're supposed to go down there, or in other rooms, it usually indicates that you're supposed to go down there. especially the way you oriented them. If you wanted to be, like, for example, a death pit, what I would do is replace it with lava or something. I understand not putting spikes because you can damage boost through them. But still. See, the actual solution was here. Okay, I wish I had Thunderclaw here, but here's the thing. Where are the Thunderclaw poles? Seriously. If we're gonna have something like, I think I should have the Thunderclaw here, actually include Thunderclaw poles. Like here, for example. This is the correct way of showing that. You can't just say I wish I had it and not even show the use of it there. You're implying something else, basically. Ow. I was... cool. Gotcha, I couldn't see ahead. Okay. Oh, man. Yeah. I was trying to aim it there, but, well, didn't quite work. Oh well. There goes my last spike guard. The last one was lost because of a stupid mistake of walking off the ladder into running into a bit of spikes. Can you double jump on a pile driver? Yes. Oh, Fuse Man. What's with the weird pauses? Goodbye. Belay Cracker is mine. Alright, now we can actually fight the boss. You need all the keys in order to reach this side, by the way. Run back, Suck and Moon Scars. You found solitary as enemies, the boss is more fun to deal with than most of 9 souls. I will find out for myself. Hi XP, welcome to the stream. Hope your chip shop is going well. Can you double jump on a pile driver? Yes. Yeah, swap and let's see. Of course, I can also just swap like that. You probably need to ask in a different Discord server, Sylv, like the official r/Megaman. Probably none of us other than you have played this game over here. That is on my to-play list, sure, but oh my god, whoa! Not here though. I'll add that level to the queue if I haven't already done it. Thank you, Higsby. See, I actually think this is one of the best Metroid levels made by Darkfin. It really helps that there's only 5 main areas, and the 5th main area is like the central room, so it's easy to conceptualize what's missing and what should be collected. And the room structures are far less confusing. And the way the secrets are done can be both interesting and devious at the same time. Although I wish the necessary keys that are mandatory for finishing the level were less hidden. What was up there again? M-Tank, yes! What? What happened? Were there spikes off screen? Like, okay, that is... Okay, word of advice, why would you have to put the spikes off screen? Just put them on screen. Like, I'm trying to... If you're gonna have instant death, just put it on screen. Like... What difference does it really make if you just put it once, one layer downwards? This is why I'm talking about some weird design decisions that you still make, Darkfin. Like, stuff like this. Like, what does it really add to the stage to move it up just one... What does it really add to the stage to move it up there, other than destroying the player? I would have liked the stage more and recommend it stronger, but... Then you have stuff like this, which, I don't... I get trying to be funny, but this isn't really funny. And keep in mind, on my more powerful PC, it takes about 5 to 10 seconds to reload every time I perish. On weaker PCs, it could take up to upwards of minutes. So keep that in mind when you have cheap deaths. I am being harsher here because it's necessary for these bigger levels, which have the issues with loading. It's not even harder, Jaden. That's the funny thing. I'm not pulling off of you. I've played much harder stages before. For an example, see, most of Lapatio's repertoire. And at the very least, they don't hide their challenges, or decide to go lol gotcha. They have their own issues, sure, with sometimes being overly punishing, but at least you can vaguely see it. Like for difficult stages, you can see Lapatio, you can see Zen. This though, I disagree with. It's not funny. Now, if it just respawned immediately afterwards, or the checkpoint was right before, sure, I could look into it. This, though, no. And my apologies for saying this would take only half an hour. This is more like an hour. Design limitation? Why couldn't you just put it into just one more square below? We've had tougher challenges before where we had to navigate under the spikes. That being said, I do appreciate the secret areas. Ooh. And overshoot. Doesn't matter, I got the E-Tank. Waiting for 5 billion kajillion years. In a not too distant future. And that's all I'll say so I don't get copyright claimed. ZX Prologue Dark and Light is on my Definite 2 playlist for sure. But only after ZX Advent because of spoilers. As for whether I'll play their sequels, It depends on whether there's an English translation available or not. If not, well, it depends on how difficult it is to play without being in English. I do appreciate that we have the side routes for more collectibles. Darkfin, I know it's the off-screen spikes, but I don't see the technical limitation here. Like, with the ladder challenge, you're supposed to hop from ladder to ladder, and you're supposed to have the double jump by now. I don't buy the argument for technical limitation. You ran out of topics, Jaden. Meanwhile, on my end, I have too many topics to discuss. The problem is, you may not be interested. Okay, and over the past few days, I'm having a lot of fun with Far Far West. The fairly successful indie co-op Western cowboy game. Western futuristic robot cowboy game. / horde shooter. Again, please keep these considerations in mind when making the stages. If you have to put an if there's an instant death obstacle off screen, ask yourself, should it be off screen? Like, you should always strive to avoid having instant death stuff being off screen because players could fall into it or run into it. It's one thing to have, for example, falling into a pit be instant death. It's another where it's another, for example, to jump off screen, which it is another to jump off screen off through the ceiling, which is entirely doable because the base's increased mobility. But enough of my ranting. How many floors left are on this final tower? I know Toxin GX is really patiently waiting for the stage. Oh gosh. The rain does signal that, so oh my gosh. Seconds before tragedy. And thank you for giving me the spike guards earlier. Only shameful part is that I lost them. That insult to injury. Second insult to injury. Game. The lag saved me there. Didn't notice that. That was my bad. Or invisible blocks beneath the spikes would work too. Yeah, Dungeon Gals. Dungeon Gals is a cool game. Not for me though, because I'm bad at puzzle platformers. Bomb Bun and Killer Floor are much more up my alleyway. Five floors, oof. My goodness, this is quite involved as the final tower then. Note to self, next time someone submits a Metroidvania, please give me a time estimate for how long it takes. I appreciate playing these sorts of levels, but it needs to be made clear how long it takes because this is longer than some of the level packs I play in the evening streams. I don't even mind the existence of 5-floor tower, but Okay, that doesn't spawn. Joy. So if it falls in there, it gets destroyed for some reason. Why? I don't know. I mean, with how many spikes are here, a free spike guard is actually really appreciated. I'm not going to complain about that. Floor 4. Bug Fable, I would say to start with the Bug Fables, then try out Born of Bread or Escape from Ever After. Bug Fables for being a spiritual successor to Paper Mario. And Born of Bread and Escape from Ever After being spiritual successors to 1,000-Year-Old Door. Wow. Oh no. Actually, not that bad. See, I'm free. Key. No, I'm... Okay, it's the pile driver repeatedly room. This is all doable in one go, but... yeah. I've heard a lot of good things about Bug Fables and better things about Escape from Ever After. Born of Bread is, it has some balance issues. Balance in terms of being too easy, I'd say, but that's debatable. I know for the demo, the Mecha Koopa equivalent was rather brutal. Or the Koopa Brothers equivalent. Three little pigs. More like 3 deadly pigs. Oh no. Shoot. Would have loved binoculars. Okay, floor 5. I don't care if there's a secret at the top left. I just want to get out of here. Still the best of the base droids so far. What is your weakness? Laser. But I do agree that Burner Man needs some reworks if you're fighting him as a Mega Man Classic. Is that it? No? Oh! Should have known. Yeah, the game has already teased me because I had to do this already a few times. That makes sense. Ooh. Are we done here? Okay. With a combined play time of over 2 to 2.5 hours, Base Droid 3 is at last 100% complete. Because I got all the green and purple keys, all the blue and red keys, and surprisingly enough, all of the special keys. which in some cases were easier to get than the red key and blue keys, but whatever. I think I said everything, so I'll just summarize it. Definite improvement over Base Droid 1 and 2. It's a lot easier to conceptualize the level in your head without having a full draw-on map, thanks to having four main areas plus the elevator. So you can recollect where the keys are supposed to be. It also helps that there's and there's one special key per each central areas. I don't know if I exactly like how you need to collect all the keys. You need to collect all the green and purple and red and blue keys in order to beat the stage. I don't know how I feel about that. I wish there were a few more of them to add more non-linearity. But I do like the gimmicks and how each of the areas feels distinct, not just in terms of gimmicks, but also the flow. But then, of course, there are some weird design choices. For example, I complained enough about in the off-screen spikes, the weird telegraphing with the pits, some of the challenges not having a weapon respawner nearby, while others do. I don't know where the treble boost is, so I'll assume that it was somewhere. Okay, 99%. Did I enjoy this? Yes, but next time you send a Base Droid level, or to anyone watching a Metroidvania stage, please warn me in advance so I can make a special stream for it, especially if the level takes over 2.5 hours like this did, or felt like. And besides, in most Metroidvanias I go 80% anyways, unless I really enjoyed them. Alright, see you tomorrow, Jaden, for Demon Tides. I know, restraint is a virtue. Many levels amid the Magmal Tree suffered from it. A lack of it. Thank you for guiding me, Mr. Arcfin. Alright, gonna take a short 2 to 3 minute pause, then we're going to Toxin G's level. They have been waiting for long enough. I have returned! Alright, Toxin G, you have waited for far too long. Sixth up is Savannah Scavenger by Toxin G, with 38 plays and a score of 10. And it has an NSF replacement, so I'll be silent for the first minute or so. Time for a good level, probably. So far, so swell. I'm scoring up a little bit too much here, but there's some fancy work, for example, with the lever, with the Blade Man's seesaws. What am I saying? These aren't levers. Start is a little bit tricky, especially with the spooters. White fuzz legs, whatever they're called. No, 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 no. Computer's not working with you. I know that feeling. What I'm gonna do is probably finish up the batch of levels I have, and then I'll end off. Oh, I see it. The mud was hiding. And I wasn't paying enough attention. If I had a green key, I could... Who left those vehicles there? Ooh. Snazzy. Yeah, just push the vehicle down, why not? Off the cliff! I wonder if there was a secret route if I could. And then... Whoops. It would have been 2 hours the patio if I didn't break up the level. Excuse me while I yell at myself for falling for the same trick over. Hi, Harry. Oh my gosh, that was timed with the music. As if it was like, secret found. Oh, if I found the 3 secret keys. Clever. But I've already spent enough time looking for secret keys in last stage, so I'll leave them for another, more proficient player. Yeah, as much as I've played through thousands upon as much as I played through thousands upon find the 3 keys. Alright, that's different. 1. As much as I played through thousands upon thousands of Maker levels, I consider myself just to be somewhat adequate. Alright, where can the keys be? Okay, I have the I can now kill these enemies, destroy these enemies much faster. Anticlimactic but hilarious. And besides, this is not even the climax of the stage either, so can't really complain. So I thought that was just I was paying more attention. In reality, well, if I was paying more attention, I could have done this earlier too. So I'll note that. I want that E-tank. Got it. Question is, where are the keys? I'm probably gonna do one swoop around and just not even find it. The levels are chunked up anyway, so the levels are sectioned off anyway. So if I miss a key in one area, like it's one key for one area. I love that sneaky one. And getting through these areas is faster thanks to the Alpha Strike, Proto Strike. That feels fishy, doesn't it? Can I even get through that hole? I missed it. Let's think about this. Also, Hixby, your level's been added to the queue. This is... Usually Toxin G's levels are more straightforward, but this is a little bit different because it's forcing me to scavenge. I know. Badum Tish. Question is, where is the key? It's one per area, but I'm trying to suss out where could it be. Like, is there a secret crevice I could go through? And unfortunately, Toxin is like 3 minutes behind, so... Could it be under one of the trucks? Oh. Oh, it's a mini tank. Oh well. Toxin G, I require your assistance. How do I get the blue key? How do I find the blue keys? Let me try it too. Oh. Found something. Help, get me back up, back up, back up. Oh, pff. I thought they would be solid. Well, at least I get full refills. That's a bit nasty. Well, there's the second key technically. Ah, good one. There's a hidden boss blocker, so I can't just move the elevator up here. Seesaw, whatever. Hint, okay. Smiley face, 3 dots, and this sort of pillar? What? This sort of pillar with a white outline. Is it a destroyable block? I see. They show exactly where they are, it's just that it's like a very zoomed in snapshot. Hmm? Could it be? Ah, drat, I thought this looked a bit suspicious. This? Yeah, I'm not getting this. Where is that pillar? I know it's destroyable, but where's the outline? There's only 2 other places I can think of, one of which is in the Harry room. So let me go back and check that, because there's one pillar that did look a bit... that was shared like that. If it's not there, it's gonna be before the start of 1, maybe. Like this one. Aha! I thought I was the one above it. Oh gosh. I'm not winning this. Okay, so I misinterpreted what this is. I was looking for that pillar was surrounded by the white outline. I didn't think this meant just the cracked pillar. That's what confused me. I was taking this over literally when you said this shows exactly where they are. If you took out the white outline, I would have realized more that, oh, you're talking about the pillar. Oh, okay, I can see it now, but the crack there. I kind of misinterpreted what your statement was when you said exactly where they are. As in, exactly where they are and having the exact same look as what it is in that hub. Okay, now ... Wonder what that means. Is there a way I can get back? Well... I'm guessing when I was falling, there was an alternate route I could have taken. Anyways, I'll just go straight forwards and climb up whatever. Maybe that's my solution. Oh, it's a scavenger hunt stage, Sylv. Go through it once to get to the level, and if you're more attentive, you could have already gotten the keys and finished the level by now. But because I wasn't attentive and didn't get any of the keys, I now get a more powerful character to go back through it and find the missing items. Literally the only wall I didn't shoot. Yeah, thought so. Like, if I was better and more attentive, I could have gotten this already. Oh well. So yeah, 2 and 3 are much easier to find than the first one. I was suspecting there would be something up there, so yeah. We're good. Let's end this. 2 and 3 were the easiest to find. 1 was the most difficult, namely as I misinterpreted what Toxin was saying. Oh, back to Mega Man for this. Hey, Metal Man. Bye, Metal Man. Alright, he's finding us below. Oh gosh. I do have my E's, so... What is his weakness then? Screw Crusher? Pile Driver? I guess it's Char Shots. Oh gosh, this is awkward. Ooh, This was more difficult than I thought it would be, mainly because I wasn't paying enough attention. I will say that this was kind of mostly on me. One was that when I was going through the first time around, I didn't pay enough attention to the environment, so I just walked past the hairy room with the destroyable column. And then when I was informed about the secret keys and walked past a few more times, when I saw Toxin G's statement, I misinterpreted what they were saying, so I was ending up looking for a column that didn't actually exist. I was looking for that sort of column, but surrounded by the white outline. What that was trying to tell me in that room is, look for this particular column, not this column with the white outline. Once I realized that, it became much more easy. Do appreciate I find it neat though, if you're already attentive or already know where the keys are, you can get this stage done in one pass, but if you don't, you're given a second chance with Proto Man and quick teleports. Not the quiet level I expect out of Toxin G though, but hey, sometimes it pays to experiment. 7th up is Draco Fortress by Sunflower Azumarill, 35 plays and a score of 5. Note, I will not be streaming Maker next week because of Mega May. Instead, Mega Man Classic numeric titles. Mainline. It's fun playing Maker, but sometimes it gets boring or bland. Luckily, this is not one of those weeks. All the levels, or at least most of the levels featured here, feel distinct enough from each other. Levels we've been through before in Sun Forest series. Like the only level that was the only two levels that were feeling to me were Neo Cutman and Oscarms. Oscarm because Desert Boss, Neo Cutman because one stage level, but the other ones did feel like they stand out from each other. Nuclear Stomp, Tail Maniac, Darkfin, Toxin G, and now Sunflora. Thank you for submitting your levels this week. So I'll be taking minor hiatus from Maker, and on a high note. Oh yeah, there's also the batch 2. Oh yeah, there's also the batch 2 demo for Viral Nightmare coming out on Monday. So I'll figure out what I'll be doing for that. I may not actually stream it. I may just record it. So we'll see. I remember. Oops. In I go. Eat. It multi-hits, so stuff like that could happen. Ooh, I see. Quick before they freeze the water again, trapping us in a watery, icy grave. Ice would be nice here. Blizzard, blizzard. Thank you, Telltale. I do want to see what's up this ladder. Eat. I wish I could reorient these weapons. This is not the order I put them. No, 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 shoot. This is bad. I didn't mean to hit them. Whoa. Up and down and all around. Snazzy way of rotating the... Snazzy way of giving a new spin to the level. Is that a gun or a mini ship? Well, there it goes. These things are phasing in and out of reality. Shield. Reminds me of one Magma Tree level. A not very good, but technically impressive one. No. It's one of these mazes. And I technically have to be in the right orientation in order to get out of here. Technically not the right way, but it does grant me more abilities, special weapons, offensive tool sets, what have you. Left. It would be nice to know where's the exit. I guess this is fairly non-linear. I guess this is fairly linear because the exit's here. Question mark. I do wish they add more content, sure. Hello, Darkman. Reminder to folks, only one stream today, and one stream tomorrow morning for Demon Tides. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Are you gonna jump? 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Just was waiting to pace myself so I could do this properly. Is it the best way? No. Is it the fastest way? No. Is it fun? Yes. Let me in. Wait a moment, is there something up there? No. If I was designing a level, I'd probably do something like that. Ice is pretty much the best element to have here anyways. Maybe rain too. What's in here? Thanks. I'll be taking that. And that. Oh look, the Gravity Man switchers. I almost forgot they existed in this stage! And I forgot that that's actually a pit. Oopsie daisies. My apologies for the degradation, the average degradation of my quality at this part of the stream. I'm reaching a point where I want to end it off. But before I do so, I do want to cover at least 3 more levels as they've been waiting. Oh look, the actual powered up version of this cannon. Where the pieces aren't broken. Don't mind me, let's leave that up. Into whatever it is we're in. The moon base. I like it when levels have this a little bit more, they try to have these mini cutscenes or cinematics to show where we're going to next. Ouch. That was a trick. Help. Oh no, I got soft locked. I do appreciate when these stages try to have more quote-unquote cinematic sections or makeshift boss exploding stuff. That's video quality standards. Yeah, sometimes I wish sometimes that my standard of commentary is more riveting, instead of being very dry and sometimes repetitive, especially for these streams. Uh-oh. Hang on, how do I fix this? It's wind. Hang on. Thank goodness for ice physics in that. This time I shall wait so I don't get trapped in the ice. It didn't even allow me to use the flame sword, unfortunately, so I couldn't break out. Didn't hold that for long enough. In terms of levels, I don't say this is the most involved ones, like Toxin G's and especially Dark Fins were more, but it is throwing more things at me compared to those in rapid succession. Not necessarily rapid, but more frequenter. Well, to be fair, it is a fortress level that is a combination of what we've seen before. Uh-oh. I didn't mean to do that. Tornado hold! Hold left for dear life. As you can see, my gameplay is also becoming sloppier. Mistakes I wouldn't normally make at the start of the stream, I'm now making in more abandon. My favorite part of the stage is the swapping of gravity and the rotation of the stage, makeshift rotation of the stage, as well as those platforms phasing in and out of reality. Being able to control that. I wish that idea was explored a bit further, because if that was the main central piece of the stage and the entire stage focused on that, I think it'd be even better. How many targets are there? 12. I didn't know you could look. Oh, it's an off-screen. There's an off-screen cable on the right side, isn't there? It's only 12. Lol. I would... stuff like that, for example. No, I wanted that. Boo. No matter, I have 6 C tanks and 1 M tank. Where do you stand still, Astro? Thanks. Oh no. Light glitch? Definitely glitched. Imagine if I didn't have the Astro Crush. At first he was 2 places at the same time, then he escaped. Up to the submarines, we need to get out of this place. The fortress crumbles. Meanwhile, Roll safely escapes from the fortress. I made it harder than it actually looks. You know what? How much is this? I think I'll call it here because, as you know, both the quality of gameplay and commentary is grading. I think we already have a solid set of levels. Unless you really want me to do Genox level, in which case, sure, I'll do it. But let's see. Yeah, I think I'll save it for later. I want to do this and properly show off these levels instead of just running through them with repetitive commentary that doesn't amount to much. More so than it usually is. Like, don't get me wrong, this week's levels in general have been better than 2 weeks ago. Maybe not last week. What was last week's? Yeah, better than last week's and the week before, I'd say. So I want to end off with a strong note. Let's do it that way. So overall, of the 7 viewer submitted levels that I covered on today's morning stream, my favorite one would be Draco Fortress by Sunflower Azumarill. Yeah, surprising. Toxin G's level would have been if it wasn't so much of a scavenger hunt, but that's more personal preference. And surprisingly enough, an honorable mention goes to Basetroid Tree, but with some caveats. Like, despite all the criticisms I levied at it, especially in terms of its length, I actually appreciate what it was trying to do, and it was one of the more tolerable Metroidvanias. And once you got going with enough special weapons, especially the tube set and the double jump, it really got going. Plus, it's one of the few ones that allows quite a bit of sequence breaking, like how I was able to get through the fire area much earlier than expected, thanks to clever usage of the concrete shot. But again, I wish I had a map. Good work, you two. And thank you to everybody who submitted your levels to me. It is really appreciated. So, let's get some music ready. Yeah, that'll work. So with that out of the way, it is time for the art showcase. Welcome to Planet Wily, OG sketch by Mama Doomsday. That lip. Even has the ring boomerang, Saturn ring. Guy Infection AU artwork. Different cities being attacked by Infinite and the Dark Gaia monsters. Interesting how yeah, they don't really turn the Mobians and humans into monsters. They just give them depression and bad vibes. But they do seem to take the resemblance of other creatures and other things. Super Mario Galaxy artwork. Oh, what's up with Yoshi there? Yeah, I also, hang on, oh yeah, the other Infection AU working on. Those seem to be somewhat popular. Those seem to be somewhat popular on Instagram and rather popular on TikTok. And there's a wide breadth of subject matters that can be mixed together with Infection AUs and end up working. Infection as in there's some sort of disease or whatever that infects the denizens of that particular universe or property, which turns them usually into horrific monsters or something. AU as is an alternate universe. Only day 1. No one's been infected nor injured. But a few people are missing. Any pair. Koopa's Infection AU artwork. Oh. Dr. Mario be like. We need Dr. Mario. Does Mario have a tail here? If that's the case, it's cool. Okay. Thank you for sharing the art. Thank you to everybody who submitted their art. Or simply participated. So yeah, this includes the art showcase. Thank you to everyone who either submitted their levels, their art, or simply participated in chat. It is thanks to your continued support why I continue to produce new videos and stream on the channels. It is really appreciated. So, if you're enjoying this or any other video or streams on the channels, please rate, comment, favorite, and or subscribe, as they all help them out. Don't forget to follow me on Blue Sky and Mastodon as well, and join my Discord server, as I regularly post updates there. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you all tomorrow for Demon Tides.